What's up, guys? Frank Maialetti here from the Billiard Sports Network. I'm going to be commentating this final 32 matchup here between FEDOR GORST and Jeffrey Ignacio. Thanks for joining the page. Appreciate you watching. If you wouldn't mind, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. If you're not, I have no idea why. Go ahead and hit that button for me. We're going to get started here in a minute. As soon as we're done the player announcements. FEDOR GORST, Jeffrey Ignacio.
德国选手托比耶斯·范格，裁判员江静晶，7号桌，来自中华台北的魏铁倩，来自中国的白鸽，裁判员梅建军，6号台，来自菲律宾的 Jeffrey Ignacio， 中立国选手 FEDOR GORST， 裁判员沈一飞，5号桌。 来自中华台北的周杰宇，来自日本的 Chihiro Kawahara， 裁判员姚敦敦。4号桌，来自爱沙尼亚 Dennis Grant， 来自菲律宾的 Jeffrey Luna， 裁判员丁继明。3号桌 ，Christina Takachi， 韩国选手徐旭亚。
What's up, Ike? How's it going, buddy? Thanks for, excuse me. Thanks for moderating today. Also, guys, you're going to see, yes, it is 1:30 in Philadelphia. Guys, also, you're going to see the volume kind of bounce up and down a little bit. Unfortunately, that is beyond my control. I'm not able to control that. So I'll do my best to limit the volume for you. This way, if the volume gets loud in the venue, it doesn't blow out your speakers. So bear with me on that. If the volume does get loud, just give me a few seconds to try to adjust it. All right, here we go at rack number 1. Now remember, this is international rules. So the 3-point break system is in effect. If you're new to the 3-point break system, what that means is that a combination of 3 balls have to be made. Combination of 3 balls have to be pocketed or go past the head string. The head string is obviously where they break from. If not, it is a legal break. Break switches over. The incoming player can play the shot from there, but cannot push. All right, Ghost out to already having shots on the 2. He's going to slide over for the 3 ball. Ben Pham is asking, is this an easy matchup for GORST? I do not believe that at all. Jeffrey Ignacio is a monster player from the Philippines. This is not a bowl-over match whatsoever. He can play very strong. Yes, this is a race to 11. It's also alternate break. And FEDOR's a little straighter than he wants to be on this 5, but he should be okay. He should be able just to float over to the left side of our graphic here, which should be the right side of the table for him. And he's going to go forward 2 rails instead and come around. You also notice the referees walking around the table. The referees do have shot clocks on them. At any point, if the referee feels that the table next to them is hindering the player from shooting, they'll stop the shot clock, tell the player to hold on. You're absolutely right, SF. He did run 13 in practice the other day. This is a big opening rack here, too, for FEDOR because it's alternate break. If he gets out this rack, he comes back up to the table as the breaker couldn't take a quick 2-0 lead. But first, he's got to make this 9-ball. All right, and we got 1-0 on the score. FEDOR GORST over Jeffrey Ignacio. All right, back here with the action. FEDOR GORST up 1-0 over Jeffrey Ignacio. It's going to be his break. Got some great women's matchups, too. Christina Tkach playing Soa Soa. Chaeyu Cho is playing Kawaharu Chihara. Jasmine Ocean over Rita Chow, looks like. Su Chen against Ji Bai. If I butcher some of these Asian names, please bear with me. Say Kelly Fisher against Xiaofang Fu. Good event. All right, here we go. Rack 2, FEDOR breaking. Ben, fam, no, this is not a mixed gender tournament. This is a male event. There is a female open event being played alongside this event. So you'll see male and female players that could be playing next to each other, but are not playing each other. All right, good break by FEDOR. He's got the 2-ball right in the side pocket. The winner of this match gets the winner of the Dennis Graba and Jeffrey DeLuna match. All right, FEDOR going to draw straight back to the side rail, come right back out for the 6-ball. Speaking of straight back, that's actually one of my favorite shirts I have at FEDOR. He had it last year. It's the straight back shirt he was selling at the expo. The table is a Rassen table. I forget the actual model of the table. But the pockets are 4 1/4. They might even be 4-inch. I'll text them after the match and find out for you. All right, FEDOR quick work out to the 9. You'll see the referee there for a second. She just put her hand up and stopped. So she's stopping the shot clock so that the table to the right there can shoot, and then she'll start the shot clock once that player is done shooting. All right, 2-0 on the score. FEDOR GORST. It's going to be Ignacio's break here any second. All right, we got 2-0 on the score. FEDOR GORST going into frame at number 3. It's going to be Jeffrey Ignacio's break. To the right of us there, we got Rita Chow versus Kawahara Chihiro. And then to the left of us, we got Wei Wei versus, I want to say Ji Bai. I could be pronouncing that wrong. I'm still learning some of the Asian pronunciations, so if I do not pronounce them correctly, let me know. All right, here we go. Frame number 3, Ignacio to break. Remember, it's alternate break format. All right, he's got a ball down in the corner. 3 ball. It's going to get in the way of the 1. Thanks, yes, this is a very tough field. Looking at the bracket here, I'm going to put a link to the bracket for you here in the chat. 1 second. There's a link to the bracket. He makes the 1 ball down for the 2. All right, has a 2 ball to the top left corner if he wishes to play it. He'll have to punch the cue off the right rail. He does. He gets himself out for the 3 ball. Ben, they don't bring the racks by turn. It's It's alternate break format. All right, Jeffrey to play the 3. Wants to run into the 5. He does. Does not make the 3 though. FEDOR's going to come back to the table. These are WPA rules, guys. So all the international 9-ball rules are being played here. All ball fouls. FEDOR's got a couple options. He could play right side of the 3, coming around the 6, taking the cue ball down to the bottom rail and using the 9 for coverage. Could also thin the 3 past the 6 and leaving the cue ball at the top rail for coverage also. Or just bank it in the side. Get himself position on the 5. My Google Translate's going to get a lot of action today. ASD, I don't know if we can call Ignacio a lesser known player. All right, Federer going to play the 8 into the corner. Once again, himself set up for the 9. All right, 3-0 on the score. FEDOR GORST after 3 frames. It'll be his break. All right, 3-0 on the score. Just waiting for the score to update going into frame number 4. Witali's, yeah, that is Witali in the video. All right, and in WPA rules, you are allowed to look at the rack before the break. Unfortunately, guys, they don't give me the scores live for the matches, so I unfortunately would not be able to give you the score for the Cheska match. But I will shoot a message over to some people I know that are in the room and see if maybe I can get it updated for you. All right, dry break from FEDOR. Ignacio at the table. He's got a clear shot at the 1. He can play the 1 to the top right corner. Wants to hold it for the 2. Four-8 combination looks to be a pretty simple shot as long as he gets himself up towards that end of the table. He can play the 2 to the bottom right using the cue ball, going 2 rails, bottom rail to the right, I'm sorry, left side rail, his right. Never past my bedtime, Michelle. You know how it is. Have microphone, will travel. We'll commentate. I will also try to, at some point, guys, even if I have to go back and commentate them as a post-commentary match, I will have Christina's matches on the Billiard Sports Network YouTube page. If you have not subscribed to that channel, Go ahead and search it on YouTube. It's called the Billiard Sports Network. It is 3-0 on the score. I am not updating the score here. It is being done manually at the venue. Hey, Laura, how's it going, girl? That's the quote of the day. Ignacio is the Billy Thorpe of the Philippines. Yes, that is a timer in the hands. Referee is timing. All right, airborne here with the ghost. Let's see. He's going to play this 4 into the top corner. All right. 7 ball gets moved into the mix after the miss. They made quick work of that 5, opening the 6 ball. That was a nice shot by Ignacio. And he's coming back out to the 7 ball. Play the 7 ball in the same pocket as the 6. All right, he's going to have the 9 to the bottom corner. We're going to be looking at 3-1 here any second.
What's up, everybody? This is Dave from Classic Billiards down here in South Florida. We do things a little bit differently here compared to your old pool hall. It doesn't smell like mothballs. It's not exactly a library, and nobody's shushing you like this is church. We're all about having fun, eating chicken wings, drinking beer, and knocking some balls around. Don't let that mistake you. We still got the skills, baby. So if you're ever down in South Florida, come check us out at Classics.
All right, guys, if you're in the States, you got to get yourself down to Florida. Classic Billiards. It's actually one of FEDOR's sponsors and also one of my sponsors. Dave Bartozak, great guy down there in Florida. All right, we're heading into the 5th frame. Ignacio is trailing 3-1. It's his break. Okay, 2 down, 1 past the head string, legal break. Ignacio's shooting on the 2 ball. I don't understand that question, Jake. Why would they not be allowed to break from the side? From what I know of, he only had 1 or 2 breaks that didn't qualify as legal. Ignacio makes the 2. Cue ball rolling up for the 3. A little bit of an awkward shot again on the 3. I'll have to thin cut it. It's race to 11. I don't know what the 21 is in the middle of the table. I'm sorry, in the middle of the scoreboard graphic. Best of 21. How about that? Learn something new every day. So here in the States, we don't put the graphics like that, best of 21. It would just race to 11. So it's something new to learn. Thanks, guys. All right, Ignacio has to get on a good side of the 6. I'm looking to make this a 3-2 game. All right, 2 rails over for the 9 ball. He's going to play the 9 into the left side pocket. We're going to have a 3-2 score here any second. All right, 3-2 heading into frame at number 6.
It all started at Derby. We brought a few products and had no idea what to expect. Then came Super Billiards Expo, and the support was unreal. Now, seeing the way players and fans have responded, we're constantly coming up with new product, and we know this is just the beginning. Thanks for the support. We are just getting started.
All right, heading into frame number 6. FEDOR is in the lead 3-2. It's his break. He's going to study that rack pretty well. Last rack, he didn't make a ball in the break. All right, keep an eye on the wing ball. All right, golden break by FEDOR GORST. And take a 4-2 lead. I think the referee didn't realize it happened either. Now, American citizenship, D-Wills, takes a couple years, 4, 5, 6 years sometimes. All right, going into frame 7. Ignacio to break. Trailing by 2. All right, 2 to the corner. He's going to hold for the 3 in the same pocket. Ooh, FEDOR misses the 2 in the side pocket. 9's going to get in the way, but is pretty fairly, I would say, fairly easy jump from this distance. All right, guys, let's real quick here in the chat. Let's do a couple things. We're going to keep things clean. We're not going to use racism terms. We're not going to talk about people's countries, all that kind of stuff. We're here to play pool, watch pool, enjoy pool. Let's keep everything clean. I got no problem with spirited debates. It's my PSA for today, so please just follow those rules. All right, FEDOR going. Ignacio jumping out of the way of that one. Evan, what's up, buddy? All right, Ignacio's going to play the 2 in, just draw down to the table for the 3 ball. It is a 3-point break system, Hunter. I'm not exactly sure on that one. Maybe the referee didn't feel that the ball crossed the head string. No problem, guys. All right, on to the 4. It might be tough for him to punch off the left rail. He might be going forward 2 rails. Yeah, he's going to come around for the 5 in the same pocket. And 5 ball into the corner. He's going to draw a cue ball down table, almost like a stun draw. On to the 7. Got a little bit over 2,600 people watching right now on the stream. Thank you all very much. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button also. While you're watching, if you want, check out FEDORGORST.com for all the great merchandise that Fedor has on sale. So it's a combination of 3 balls in the kitchen and balls made. So if you pocketed 2 balls and got 2 balls, I'm sorry, if you pocketed 2 balls and got a ball in the kitchen, that's considered 3 points. If you pocketed 1 ball and got 3 in the kitchen, etc. All right, Fedor taking a look at the break. It's going to be his break. Keep an eye on the 1 and the 4. Fedor plays safe on the 1 ball. Banks the 1 ball, 2 rails, catches the 3rd rail down table. Leaves Jeffrey behind the 3. Jeffrey could take the same path, possibly. Playing almost like the Z shot. He's going to curl around the 3. 1 rail. Makes contact. 1 ball going to the corner. Nice shot by Jeffrey. All right, guys, let's not get into the whole national pride thing here in the chat. Let's just watch pool, have a good time. 3 into the corner coming down for the 4. We might have a tie game here in a minute. Jeffrey will play the 7 into the corner. It's funny, some of the shots Jeffrey gets on, it looks like he's upset with himself for getting perfect position. I don't get it. All right, 8 ball up to the corner. He's going to hold the cue right there for the 9. Evan, that's right. You and Jeffrey played a bunch of matches together, didn't you? All right, we got 4-4 on the score. Sounds like a line out of Major League. All right, we're tied up on the score here going into the 9th frame. All right, 2 balls down. Cue ball going up towards the top table. 2 ball. He can catch a slither of it. I don't believe he has enough to make it. All right, he's going to push the shot played up to the top rail. FEDOR has option. FEDOR could be playing the cue ball 3, possibly 4 rails here on this shot, trying to put the cue back up behind the 7. Or just fire it in. I did not think he had enough of that ball to make it. I was completely deceived on that one. You see his look a little bit on that shot. He didn't get to the position he wanted. He still has a good enough shot to make it. Now he's going to have to play position on the 6. Oh, he misses the ball. It's going to give Ignacio a good chance to get out of this rack. FEDOR had a good opportunity to take the lead and also have the break next frame. The best I can do is 24 hours, Evan. All right, a little flat on the 7. He might need to go forward 2 rails, come out for the 8 ball. All right, he's going to have the 8 in the side pocket. 9 ball's going to be waiting for him for the bottom left. You were convinced that he's a good pool player. World champion twice. One. Okay. All right, Ignacio is going to take the lead here with this pocketing of the 9 ball. 5-4. It's going to be FEDOR's break. All right, 5-4. Ignacio in the lead. Frame number 10, FEDOR to break. one ball on the side. 2 is tracking over. 7's going to be in the way of the 2. Looks like the 3 and the 8 are tied up. All right, 2 to the top right corner. Watch the cue ball. It's going to go a couple rails here. And got a good rub off the 4. 2 balls sitting in the pocket. It's going to be a tough one from this distance. Watch the cue ball on the side. All right, it stays up. He's going to have a shot. Could be a safe play coming here. Very nice shot. Freezes up on it. All right, he's going to use the bottom rail for the kick. He might even catch the second rail making contact with the 4 ball. Hits it well. Does not go in, though. Call a foul stroke on that. I'm wondering if FEDOR maybe touched one of the object balls. No, it makes a good play on the 5. This is an all-ball fouls tournament, so it looks like FEDOR touched one of the balls on the stroke. That's why it was a foul. Ignacio misses the 6. FEDOR right out of his seat on that one. Right at the top of the screen there, Diego. Click on the bracket. It'll tell you all the matchups. All right, 9-ball in the corner to tie the score up 5-5. All right, here we go. 11th frame. Score tied up 5-5. Yes, Josh Filler is playing in this. He's playing Seisman. All right, overturn. You're on 2 fouls. Next time we're out. All right, a legal break. Federer up to the table with a clear shot at the 1. That was a big break for him. Getting onto the 3-ball here is very key. If you can play in the correct speed, which he does, he has the 3-ball in the side pocket. All right, not trying to do too much with the cue, just punches it over a little bit so he has a clearer shot at the 4. Enough. Needs a good bump on this. Needs a good bump, doesn't get it. Tough ball for him here. He did about the best he could there with that situation. Ignacio immediately looking at that 5-9 just in case. A good play. Hides the cue ball behind the 9. 5's over by the 8. All right, FEDOR coming in tight on the 5. He's going to want to try to hit it soft, push it behind the 8. When he gets there, it's going to force Ignacio to come to that right rail. And there is a possibility he can make it in the left side, but it's going to be a very tough shot. He's going to have to hit it incredibly clean. All right, he's looking for a kick and stick type option. He's going to come off the 5. You see him pointing the cue to the left side of the table. He's going to try to play the 6. Almost makes it. Nice try. All right, FEDOR with a good opportunity here on frame number 11 to get out and also have the break. Seen a very surprising score there on the right-hand side. Chihiro up 7-1 right now on Rita Cho. Yeah, I think you're right on that, Ty. I commentated FEDOR playing Takan over in Vietnam, race to 120. I think FEDOR beat him by 21 racks. Yeah, way over there, 5-0 also. Ladies putting in work this tournament. Greg, I unfortunately don't have the scores of the event. They're not posting them on the bracket here. I know the scores going on here because I can see them to the left and the right. All right, FEDOR's going to take a 6-5 lead here on Ignacio. Race to 11 is what we're going to, or best of 21, which I found out what that number in the middle means now.
It all started at Derby. We brought a few products and had no idea what to expect. Then came Super Billiards Expo, and the support was unreal. Now, seeing the way players and fans have responded, we're constantly coming out with new product, and we know this is just the beginning. Thanks for the support. We are just getting started.
What's up, Nick? How's it going, buddy? I think we got a feed issue here, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll fix that. One second. I'm just getting the feedback from China. Just give me a minute. Don't go anywhere. Good thing we're on a player break. Just give me 1 moment. I'm getting the feed right back for you. All right, we're on a player break. 6-5. All right, just joining us, guys. I'm Frank Maialetti from the Billiard Sports Network. Special guest commentator here on the FEDOR GORST YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. If you also want to see more billiard content besides what FEDOR has, you can always check us out here at the Billiard Sports Network on YouTube. We do a lot of pro matches, amateur matches, matchroom events. All right, FEDOR back from his player break. We're going to get going here. Frame number 12. I love how everybody in the chat always goes nuts if a player takes a break or if there's 12 seconds between a shot. You know, these players are playing for thousands of dollars, so they do get a few seconds to relax and think and everything. It's not an amateur play where they just have to fire shots in. So let's all just give them a few seconds, and nature calls. Sometimes you have to use the restroom. It is what it is. It's free pool, free stream. So let's be excited that we get to watch free pool from across the world. Good play by FEDOR. Brings the cue all the way back down below the 4 and the 9. No problem, anytime. A little past 2:41 a.m. here in Philadelphia, in the United States. Be careful of the cue ball. That's going to be a scratch. Going to be FEDOR's shot. Winner of this match and the winner of Dennis Graba and Jeffrey DeLuna will play each other. And it looks like that's going to be 6:30 later on today. It would be 6:30 a.m. here, 6:30 p.m. in China. All right, Federer out to the 3-ball. 4 on the left side of the table next to the 9. He's a little flat on the 3. You can see him doing a couple different ways here. He could draw an extreme draw off this ball. Also could just try to punch it over if feels he has enough angle. Yeah, that's the problem with the punch shot. You have to punch it tough. Yeah, playing Federer in the long race and 10-ball. They're talking about here in the chat. That's a very small line of people who want to play him. All right, 3-ball. I think he's got enough of it. Yeah, Weiwei's doing real good over there, Michelle. 6-0. Weiwei, a top international pro, also top player on the WPBA tour, which Michelle is very familiar with, and so am I. Torture, what's up, buddy? Getting a little bit of feed issues, guys, so give me a few seconds here if it freezes up. The broadcast is coming to me from China, and then I'm rebroadcasting it out to the world. So if we do have a buffer or lag for a few seconds, I'll do my best to fix it. Ignacio makes a hit on the ball, does not pocket it. Federer back up to the table. I'm wondering if we'll play this to the top right with some low inside. Coming 3 rails out, or if he's going to go high into the left. Opted for the safe instead. All right, I like to play. Trying to freeze him up on the 5. He does get it pretty close. Ignacio kicked the ball in sort of like this earlier. I'm going to see how he makes contact with it again. Hits it well. Right, that ball's going to get close to the left side pocket. July, I will say Dennis is a great money player. I don't know if he'll take Federer in all of those. In a couple of them, he will win. These if, ands, or buts. Again, these players have opportunities to play each other and put cash up. There's not a lot of people lining up to play Federer. He overshot the 6 a little bit. He can get himself back in line. Pretty simple here, though. All right, 7 to the corner. Going to hold the cue ball, playing the 9 to the bottom left. All right, Federer's got a 2-game lead now, going to 11. The score 7-5. Yeah, take a look at this. Let me know if it's working, Ike. All right, next frame here, Ignacio breaking. It does become a legal break. He pocketed the ball, 2 past the head string. Yeah, I think you just got to change it over to the men on the top of the screen there. You have to click it and then change it to men at the bottom. I'm in the bracket and it's still showing. Every time I put it up there, it shows the same thing. Is that what it is, Torture? Let me try that again then. Moves to 5. I'm sorry, moves to 6. It's going to have to shoot over top of the 6 now. Guys, we keep beating the dead horse here about the wax. Let's just move on and watch pool. I think it's really getting out of hand. All right, Fedor to play the 5 in the side pocket and just float down for the 6. We'll play the 6 in the left side pocket. Come around a couple of rails for the 7. And Mike Morgan, I was just saying, you have to click on the bracket in the middle of the screen, drop down menu, and click on men's. It'll show you the final 32. Oh, Fedor misses the 7 ball. He definitely wants that shot back. So does Ignacio. Both players missing the 7 ball. Got a little too much of it. Gonna have to take the long shot on the 9. Way kind of looking around over there. All right, Fedor playing the 9 ball down to the bottom right. All right, Fedor pockets the 9. He's going to go up 8-5 here in a race to 11. Yeah, Torture, I was watching it live. It was crazy. $13 in a row was very tough. All right, we got a player break, folks. We'll be right back here in a minute.
What's up, everybody? This is Dave from Classic Billiards down here in South Florida. We do things a little bit differently here compared to your old pool hall. Doesn't smell like mothballs. It's not exactly a library, and nobody's shushing you like this is church. We're all about having fun, eating chicken wings, drinking beer, and knocking some balls around. Don't let that mistake you. We still got the skills, baby. So if you're ever down in South Florida, come check us out at Classics.
It all started at Derby. We brought a few products and had no idea what to expect. Then came Super Billiards Expo, and the support was unreal. Now, seeing the way players and fans have responded, we're constantly coming out with new product, and we know this is just the beginning. Thanks for the support. We are just getting started.
All right, Ignacio is back from his player comfort break. Going into rack 14, Federer in the lead, 8-5. All right, Federer makes 3 on the break, has a shot at the 2 in his side pocket. Definitely agree with you there, boss. We're all 900s. All right, Federer pockets a 2. A little going against the grain draw there. Puts the cue all the way up to the top rail onto the 3. That's a hell of a shot. Yeah, I was just about to say that, Evan. All right, Federer making quick work of this rack. Made 3 on the break, only has to shoot 6. Ike, that is the plan for me to. There's going to be 3 rounds today. There's a 1:30, 8:30. I'm sorry, 1:30, 6:30, and 8:30. As long as Federer is advancing, I'll be live. All right, Federer's going to go up 9-5. Guys, I will say, I know Evan pretty well. He's played every top player that has come to the U.S. There was a time in the early 2010s that all those top players would come through New York and they would stop and play guys like Evan, John Francisco. So trust me when I tell you, he's played every top player. So here currently in the U.S., where I am at in Philadelphia, it's 3:05 in the morning. So if Federer were to win this match, he'll play again at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, or 6:30 Chinese time. Torture PA Pro Am actually transitioned to the Billiard Sports Network. That's what we are going by now. Ty, that might be on your end. My mic is working, from what I can see here and here, my mic is working pretty well on this end. Good break by Ignacio, also 3 on the break. Watch the cue ball. Torture, it is 2 separate channels. I actually purchased the Ultimate Pool franchise. We're going to change PA Pro-Am over to the Ultimate Pool Philadelphia page, but all the pro stuff is going to go through Billiard Sports Network. All right, FEDOR going airborne on the 2. Two ball's going to come back up table. It's going to give Ignacio a shot to the top left pocket. So the 3-point break rule is not a Chinese rule. It's a WPA rule. That is the rule of their break. It has to be 3 points. Either a combination of balls pocketed on the break or balls past the head string. Blake, yes, this is live currently over in China. Yeah, Yap's currently playing Naoki Oi. It's a race to 11. All right, Ignacio gets out. He's going to make the score FEDOR 9, Ignacio 6 here in a race to 11. All right, 9-6 on the score. Going into frame 16, FEDOR to break. cue ball got kind of kicked a little bit after the break. Two's in a tough spot. Federer and Vitali are not related. Gotta use my international commentary here. I called a match with Allison Fisher a couple months ago, and I called the bridge the rest, and she looked over at me and shook her head in like approval. And we have a finish over there on the right-hand side. Chihira is defeated Rita Cho 9-4. Wei Wei firmly in the lead over here, 8-1. That's on the female side of the bracket. I think that cue ball leaked out enough for Federer to get the 2 in the side pocket. All right, Federer is looking at that too. I think he's going to take it on. Going to play a little bit of the outside of the ball, trying to hit the bottom rail by the first diamond. No, that's Ada Leo. Rita speaks okay English, but not I don't believe not enough to be a commentator for U.S. matches. It's a big miss by Federer. Gives Ignacio a chance to get back up to the table. Federer's not a U.S. citizen. Federer has a green card. That flag there is a neutral flag. Because Federer's country of origin is Russia, and China and Russia are at odds politically right now. All right, barring any misses in fundamentals, I believe Ignacio should get out here, make the score 9-7. Bye-bye, Andrew. See you, buddy. All right, we have 9-7 on the score. All right, 9-7. Federer in the lead, going into frame 17. All right, that's going to turn the rack over to Federer with a good chance to get out here and get himself on the hill. Got close to the 9. He's looking to see if he can skirt this 4 ball. It's going to be a tough one. Might have to bank and cross over, bank the shot. All right, 9 balls in the way of the 4. Guys, how's the feed coming through? It's buffering a slight bit on my end, so I'm a few seconds behind seeing everything. I believe it's still going out to you guys okay, though. Josh Federer's not out of the event. He's playing Seisman at 3:30 today. And Ignacio asking for the ball to be cleaned. It is currently 3:21 p.m. in China, in Shanghai, where they're at. All right, Ignacio has a chance to get out of this rack and make it interesting at at 9-8 if he gets out. And just as I say that, he freezes onto the 6. I'm not sure if he freezes or there is a little bit of space. If there's space, he can cut the 6, but he's going to have to let that cue ball get real wild. Made the best of that situation. All right, Federer looking to kick and stick, so he's going to put a lot of left-hand spin on this cue ball, trying to go into the 6, right where the white part of the numbers are at. He plays the kick and stick very well, puts a lot of distance up towards the top of the table. Ignacio had his jump cue in his hand. Now he's coming back. He's going to opt to do 1 rail, possibly 2 rail kick. Goes into the 6 pretty well. Should try commentating from one angle, bosses. It's real tough. Federer goes for the bank, just a little short. No, it's not Jason's sword. It's Frank Maialetti from the Billiard Sports Network. That ball wiped its feet on the way in. Ignacio has the 7 in the side pocket. All right, he's going to slide over for the 9. We're going to have 9-8 here in a second. All right, 9-8 on the score. Federer in the lead by 1, trying to close it out. All right, rack number 18. Federer in the lead by 1, 9-8. Yeah, thanks, Torture. You were there from the beginning, buddy. Always a big supporter. I appreciate it. I love all the love. All right, here we go. Fedor breaking, trying to get onto the hill. He's going to need a good break here. And at the worst time was a dry break. Ignacio up to the table. Ooh, Jeff flirting with the corner there. Fedor's looking at that gap between the 5-4. You'd have to be crazy to take that shot. All right, he's playing safe with the wall. It's been a good match so far. Players started here at 1:30, going on about 2 hours here in this race to 11. Ignacio got a good spin off of that rail. It's going to put Fedor behind the 5. He's coming right up to the table with his jump cue. We have a final in the Jeffrey DeLuna Dennis Graba match. Jeffrey's defeated Dennis with a score of 11-6. So Jeffrey would get, Jeffrey DeLuna would get the winner of this match. Fedor makes good contact on the jump, does not make the one ball. He does have the one to the bottom right corner. The cue ball might get away from him a little bit. If he plays it to the corner, he could catch the 7 and possibly scratch. So he's going to have to control. Yeah, I was going to say, he's going to have to control his cue ball on this. No, that's a little bit of a mistake there from Fedor. We might be staring at 9-9 here in a second. 3 inside's the key shot. And 6 ball in the side pocket. It's going to float down for the 7 on the left side pocket. Oh, I thought he went a little too far there. All right, we're going to have 9-9 here any second. 9-9 on the score. Going to be going into frame 19. It's going to be Ignacio's break. Over on the ladies' side there, we have a couple finishes. We know that Chihiro is going to be playing Christina Tkach next round. Roland Chen is going to be playing Sasha Liu. And we don't have any finishes yet for some of the other ladies' matches. Actually, Wei Su Shen, she won her match. All right, going into frame 19, tied up 9-9. It's a good break by Jeffrey. He's clear to the 2 ball. Yeah, Cheska is out. She lost 9-6. Jasmine Ocean won 9-5. She's playing Wei Su Shen. All right, they did a little updating on the men's bracket. Alex Pagalayan defeated Mario He 11-6. And Max Lechner defeated his opponent 11-6 also. That was not what he wanted to do. There might be a chance for Fedor here on this rack. It's going to be not an easy chance, but there is a chance. And Fedor's going to get airborne. Four ball's coming down table. It's going to sit behind the 9. Now see how taps his leg in approval. The safe. Both players, excuse me, both players trading the ball back and forth. Fedor might be able to kick and stick on this 4. Or just kick it in. Wow. Wow, what a shot coming off that bottom rail. He's got to bear down here, though, on the 5 ball. Speed control here. Either he's going to go with the 5, he's going to play it very fast, come around the table, or he's going to play it really soft and see what he does. All right, so he's going to go around the table. And Fedor's going to get on that 6 ball. And it looks like Fedor's going to get out here and have the break. Breaking for the win. All right, we got 10-9 on the score. Fedor on the hill after kicking in that 4 ball. All right, guys, frame number 20. Fedor to break on the hill. I turned the mic off in between racks, then I turn it back on. So that's probably what you're hearing. Also in the background there's people commentating next to the table. And FEDOR just came with an A+ break there. He's going to have the 2 into the corner with a good look at the 3 afterwards. Miscues are fouls in this tournament, Kay. No, cue ball's going to slow up. Cue ball's got to slow up. Wow. Both players making sort of fundamental mistakes. Ball's rolling fast off that bottom rail. It jumps. I don't think the corner's available. He's going to have to probably play off the left side of the 3. Looking for some inside kill, trying to put the cue ball either behind the 8 or the 9. There, he's going to put the cue close to the bottom. 4 or 5 are in the way. There's no match fixing going on. What are you talking about? All right, Jeffrey. He's going to need a good roll in that 3. He gets it. Just gets there. We're very close to sitting in front of that pocket. FEDOR might try to glue him on the 8 ball if he can. Gets it there, but Ignacio has a pretty clear hit at the 3 ball. Ignacio with a great bank. He has the 4 to the top corner. We might be looking at 10-10. And FEDOR had the out after the break. Cue ball just came off that bottom rail fast. Now it's funny, the bottom rail's popping fast. Balls are popping off of it, but the top rail are coming off slow. He's going to have to twist the cue ball off the 6 or go high with it and come around 3 rails. He's going to go high with it. We're staring at 10-10 here in a second. All right, Hill, 10-10. Going into rack number 21. It's Ignacio's break also. One rack to rule them all. Yeah, Torture, I'll get there at some point. This is a live stream, Bach. All right, here we go. Last rack. Customary handshake. Let's get it. All right, the 3 is makeable. All right, 3 is a very makeable shot. Wow, and he missed that bad. He didn't even give that shot a chance. He just fired at it. All right, Federer over top of the 5. He might play it safe here. He might play the edge of the 3, banking it up towards the 4 and leaving a cue on the bottom. Six ball might actually help Federer out here if he goes to make the shot and puts a little bit of spin on it. This 3 ball is not an easy shot over top of the 5 ball. Remember, all ball fouls cannot come in contact with any of the balls on the table. And Federer pockets the 3 ball out to the 4. Clear shot on it. It's his game to win from here. There is a shot clock, 40 seconds. It's a big shot here from the 4. All right, 5-6. That's going to be the shot. Did I fancy it? Oh, and he drew back down very well for that 6 ball. All right, 3 balls left. Gonna come around the 8 ball. One left for FEDOR, down to the 9. Man, what a match. Hats off to Jeffrey Ignacio. Played a strong match against FEDOR. FEDOR's going to win this match 11-10. His next match will be at 6:30 today. That's Eastern Standard Time, and over in China at 6:30. It's going to be against Jeffrey DeLuna. We will be back at 6:30. So we'll see you guys then. I'm going to go get like 50 minutes of sleep, and I will see you guys back here at 6:30. Thanks, everyone.